This video will be split into two parts. Part 1 is going over her kit, and part 2 is team building. So Faust is just Ryoshu, but better. Okay, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but let's check out her skill. Skill 1. Same conditional, same on use, same clash win. The coin is literally the same. The difference is the sin. Does it matter? Not really. Otis already covered this sin, and this skill will go count neutral. Here and here. Okay, to the next skill. Skill 2. This skill does not scale its damage on rupture, but on a self buff instead. A coin power conditional scale with speed and rupture, and this skill will go count neutral. The second coin deal more damage with Depth Right Haste and Fissure. I'll get to Fissure later, don't worry. Okay, and we'll go to skill 3. Okay, because this skill is very similar to Ryoshu, this will most likely be 2 count. Thus, without Depth Right, the skill will go count neutral. With Depth Right, it will obviously go positive, and it will inflict Depth Right again at the end. Unlike her skill 2, her skill 3, both the damage portion and the power portion scale with speed and rupture. Okay, let's talk about these two. I'll go with Tanju Star Play first. It's a very simple buff. At X stack, gain haste next turn at turn end. When this effect trigger, Faust is most likely to go first. Why does it matter if Faust go first? Because of Otis, Faust can take over the clashable counter and have Otis unopposed attack. Okay, but how do you get the buff? You get the buff by activating Depth Right or Assist Defense. It's triggering the Depth Right effect and not drop the stack to 0. Faust will get more if she triggered the Depth Right effect herself. And let's talk about this Assist Defense. To put it simply, when you have this buff up, all unit in your team will have a clashable guard. How many times will this clashable guard activate? It will most likely activate 3 times per turn. This assist defense is very insane if you think about it. For Faust specifically, she cannot get staggered, and because this is a clashable guard, and she gain protection, unless the base number of the clashable guard is very low, like 1 or 2, she cannot take damage, or very little amount of damage, if she loses the clash. And this is very important, this right here. She can activate her enhanced skill 3 without using her skill 3. Okay, what's her enhanced skill 3? Let's check it out. It's probably very similar to Manager Dawn enhanced skill 3. More power, more damage, extra effect like these, and can only be used once a turn. And we're seeing another Depth Right. Fissure. The Depth Right gives the enemy bind next turn on rupture triggered. No need to have 10 speed, no need to crit, and this line right here is meant to cap the bind at 3 stack and make it easier for other units to activate Depth Right Fissure to not carry the Depth Right to the next turn, unless you activate the enhanced skill 3 through Assist Defense. Next up, her clashable counter. This is your main way to get Assist Defense and Strider Mount. The only issue with this skill is its rupture count negative. This may or may not be a problem if you want to get Assist Defense. If you're very unlucky with your skill, this might put your rupture count to 1. Oh, and the clashable counter gain base power based on the speed difference. Now we check out her other passive. When Depth Right Fissure stack drop to 0 and expire, inflict Mark of Decay. Mark of Decay take more damage from Gluttony skill, take more damage from Depth Right effect. You can double dipping on this debuff very hard if you run multi-slot Heishou unit. And that's it for the kit review of Bunny Faust. I'm kinda shocked that they power creep the hell out of Ryoshu. The next part will be me rambling about Bunny Faust, team building, and the future ID releases. If you don't want to hear about that, skip the video. So the trailer for Bunny Faust got released, and this may just put Rupture on the breaking point. But Ducky, Wasn't Rupture on the breaking point with the 2 Mao unit? Not really. While their addition to the Rupture team helped it unalive any boss in a relatively low amount of turn, they suffer from the same issue that the other teams suffer. If the fight has multiple stages, their skill 3 may not show up in an opportune time. If you have been watching my video, you should know that I love running my Rupture team with 4 Sinner. This is because I can give the 2 Mao unit easy access to their buff while still deal damage and have the skill 3 appear more often, mainly for this debuff, Death Right Haste. This easily inflictable debuff single-handedly carried the team. Well, besides Talisman. And you're telling me we're getting another unit that has the same debuff? Running a 4-man team definitely has its own downside. One of them being if the multi-slot unit gets staggered, it's almost a death sentence. But with the addition of Faust, I can run a 5-man team and still have the same chances of getting the skill 3. This statement is not backed by any evidence and is purely based on the amount of slot that can get Death Right skill 3. The issue with running a 5-man team is that if you want to fully utilize either Otis or Ryoshu's skill 3, you have to set up by using their counter beforehand, which is not that hard. But in a multi-stage fight, your skill 3 may stuck at the bottom, which prevent you from using your counter. With the release of Bunny Faust and later down the line, Honglu Kanto ID, which is very likely to be Rupture, but for the sake of the argument, let's just say he doesn't exist. The Rupture team will have 3 core units, those being Bunny Faust, Ryoshu, and Otis. That means there are 3 or 4 more slots for other IDs. But I think it would be better to give your strongest ID more slot by running a 4 or 5 Sinner team, at least in a long fight. The 4 Sinner team will be 3 Heishou unit and Devyat Rodian. Devyat Rodian will start the Rupture stack and then retreat, giving her slot to the Heishou unit. In a 6 Sinner limit fight, you will have access to 6 slots of pure Bunny Rampage. In a 7 Sinner limit fight, your strongest Heishou unit, this being Faust, will get 3 slots instead. This team can inflict and activate Death Right Haste very easily, making it impossible to drop the Rupture stack. Their burst turn is also insane because they can easily trigger Talisman, Death Right Haste, and Death Right Fissure. This team is very shaky. They are very weak against counter and ship damage. So in order to combat this, I have another team in mind. This team will have 5 Sinner, the Heishou unit, Devyat Rodian, and Sangmersold. And you guessed it, Devyat Rodian will retreat to give 1 more slot to either Ryoshu or Otis. In a 6 Sinner limit fight, you will have access to 5 skill slots that can inflict Death Right. In a 7 Sinner limit fight, you will have 6 instead. Sangmersold can contribute and not sabotage the Rupture stack through his 15-in-3 mechanic. He can tank losing clashes, dodge Unbreakable Coin to prevent ship damage to the Heishou unit, and heal other Sinner through his Pursuance. Okay, now that we are done with the team building, let's talk about balancing. When you have a very strong unit that way outclass others in your status, future releases will become bench warmer unless they power creep them or fulfill what they lack. And I'm here thinking, what do they even lack? They blow up a boss the second they show up? What do they lack? This may cause the future ID to become hybrid, so they are not restricted to Rupture like the C branch or one of the current ID, and the mediocre Rupture ID will go into the backline, become Seed Warmer. I think they'll keep ramping up the power creep because they want people to pull for them or at least buy the battle pass to grind for them. I don't even remember what's the not OP ID that has been released recently. I think it was Barber Otis. After Barber Otis, we have been getting strong ID after strong ID. But this is a single player game. It probably does not matter if they keep releasing strong unit, right? I see no downside here. And thank you for watching. I'll be off now.